Welcome to Movie Recap, a channel dedicated to those addicted to movies. Our focus is to showcase the best recap of your favorite flick. Sit back, grab your popcorn and get ready to be amazed by The Transporter. Former Special Forces operator Frank Martin works as a mercenary transporter, moving goods, human or otherwise, from one location to another, leading what appears to be a tranquil life along the French Mediterranean. Not a single question was raised. When he is hired to abduct the spirited daughter of a deadly Chinese mafia lord who is smuggling his fellow Chinese citizens into France, dangerous difficulties arise. Spoilers ahead. In the sun-kissed haven of the French Mediterranean, where azure waters gently kiss the shores, resides a man of mystery, the enigmatic Frank Martin, also known as the Transporter. A former Special Forces virtuoso, Frank has turned his back on the shadowy corridors of his past, seeking solace in the idyllic landscapes that conceal his covert livelihood. With a steely resolve and a reputation that precedes him, Frank operates by a trio of unyielding rules. Rule number 1 is gospel to him: no new deals. When it's a deal, it's a deal. In the clandestine world he navigates, deals are etched in stone, unyielding to the whims of uncertainty. Rule number 2 echoes with a poetic simplicity: no names. Identity is an expendable luxury, discarded like a spent cartridge in the pursuit of seamless transactions. And then there's rule number 3, a commandment carved in the annals of his code: don't open the package. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but for Frank, it's the key to his survival. The balmy air of the coastline carries whispers of clandestine exchanges as Frank is enlisted to transport an ambiguous cargo: 3 men, 254 kilos. Yet, as fate would have it, the arithmetic of danger takes an unexpected turn. For men materialize, fresh from a bank heist, each shadowed by the ghosts of their own misdeeds. In a defiant stand against the breach of his cardinal rule number 1, Frank refuses to budge, his gaze unwavering. A deadly ballet ensues within the confines of his meticulously maintained vehicle, culminating in the demise of one rogue accomplice at the hands of his brethren. Unfazed, Frank, ever the embodiment of stoicism, accepts the altered equation and reluctantly embarks on a journey with the remaining felons. The purr of his engine resonates with an underlying tension, mirroring the unspoken rules that govern his perilous profession. In the cocoon of his car, where the rules are sacrosanct and the journey is fraught with peril, the transporter hurtles down the winding roads of the Mediterranean, his destiny entwined with the secrets he guards and the shadows that relentlessly pursue him. After navigating the labyrinthine byways to deliver his clandestine cargo, Frank finds himself at the crossroads of temptation and his unyielding principles. The nefarious trio, seemingly unsatisfied with their ill-gotten gains, attempts to lure him into an extended odyssey, thrusting a wad of new bills into his weathered hands. However, like a stoic maestro conducting the symphony of his own destiny, Frank rebuffs the offer, invoking the sacred rule number 1, no new deals. When it's a deal, it's a deal. In a surreal ballet of betrayal, the robbers abandon Frank at the edge of the city, disappearing into the urban sprawl with their newfound fortune. Unfazed by the severed connection, the transporter cruises back to his sun-soaked mansion on the French Riviera, a sanctuary concealing the echoes of his enigmatic lifestyle. The plot thickens as the evening news unveils the cinematic demise of the ill-fated gang. Their escape plan unraveled in the unforgiving pursuit of justice, a twisted symphony of sirens and screeching tires heralding their inevitable downfall. The irony is not lost on Frank, the orchestrator of covert chaos, as he watches the unraveling drama from the luxurious confines of his coastal abode. Enter Inspector Tarconi, the local lawman with a penchant for probing into Frank's affairs. A familiar face and a close acquaintance, Tarconi grills the former Special Forces operative with suspicion dancing in his eyes. The getaway car, an unwitting accomplice, bears the same make and model as Frank's own meticulously maintained vehicle. However, the seasoned transporter, true to the artistry of his trade, leaves no breadcrumbs for the law to follow. The car is scrubbed clean, the license plate a mere chameleon in the realm of deception. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows over the sprawling estate, Tarconi reluctantly retreats, his suspicions lingering like phantoms in the Mediterranean breeze. The night, however, holds another clandestine assignment for Frank. A package, destined for an American gangster shrouded in the moniker, Wall Street, beckons him back into the labyrinth of his perilous profession. The journey unfolds with an eerie dance of uncertainty, the package whispering secrets that even the transporter dare not unveil, for rule number 3 remains etched in the very fabric of his existence. Along the French roads, where destiny often unfolds with the capriciousness of a summer breeze, the transporter, Frank Martin, encounters a twist that strains the very fibers of his rigid rules. Stranded with a flat tire, the metallic scent of uncertainty hangs in the air as he confronts a moral crossroads. Succumbing to a momentary lapse, he succumbs to rule number 3, cracking open the mysterious package that was entrusted to him at point A. To his astonishment, the package isn't a mere inanimate object but a woman, a clandestine passenger concealed in the shadows of intrigue. Swiftly improvising, Frank carves a minuscule portal for her to breathe and offers sustenance in the form of a bottle of juice. The dichotomy of his own code now confronts him, a code shattered on the roadside of introspection. Undeterred by the revelation, the transporter steels himself and fulfills his pledge, delivering the enigmatic cargo to point B. Wall Street, the puppet master orchestrating the clandestine affairs, is both intrigued and impressed by Frank's prowess. A new proposition emerges from the shadows, a briefcase now beckoning Frank into the web of treachery once more. Reluctantly, he accepts, but a pit stop at a nondescript gas station unravels a diabolical twist. The innocuous briefcase metamorphoses into a ticking time bomb, reducing Frank's car to a fiery spectacle. Miraculously unscathed, the transporter, a man of unyielding resilience, morphs into an avenging force. Returning to Wall Street's fortress, the symphony of retribution plays out as Frank dispatches henchmen with surgical precision. A stolen car becomes his steed as he races away, only to discover an unexpected passenger in the back seat, the woman he unwittingly liberated from her constricting cocoon. Returning to his haven on the French Riviera, Frank unravels the layers of the mysterious woman, now named Lai. Bound not by coercion but by the fragile threads of circumstance, their destinies entwine in a narrative where rules crumble and the enigmatic road ahead beckons with the promise of untold secrets. As the sun heralds the arrival of a new day on the French Riviera, the tranquility that cloaks Frank Martin's coastal haven is shattered by the persistent presence of Inspector Tarconi. Armed with fragments of suspicion, he thrusts a scorched license plate into the conversation, his deductive prowess suggesting a connection between a fiery explosion and the inconspicuous maid who, unbeknownst to him, might drive a Mercedes with a broken headlight. Undeterred, the transporter and his newfound ally, Lai, dance on the razor's edge of alibi, weaving a narrative that leaves Tarconi grasping at the elusive strands of proof. The facade holds, the broken headlight a mere whisper in the symphony of deception. However, the tranquility proves ephemeral as missiles rain down upon Frank's mansion, turning it into a blazing inferno. The duo, barely escaping the cataclysm, plunges into the sanctuary of the sewer, their lives now submerged in a sea of uncertainty. Emerging from the depths of destruction, Frank and Lai find refuge in an inconspicuous city apartment, hoping to elude the relentless pursuit of Inspector Tarconi. Yet, the long arm of the law proves unyielding as Tarconi ferrets them out, leading them to the cold corridors of the police station for an interrogation cloaked in shadows. In a high-stakes game of verbal chess, Frank and Lai adeptly deflect Tarconi's inquiries, their alibi as impenetrable as the vaults of secrecy they guard. Yet, within the confines of the police station, Lai seizes an opportunity to breach the digital fortress, surreptitiously infiltrating Tarconi's computer to unveil the sinister machinations of Wall Street. The revelation unfurls like a chilling gust of wind, as Lai whispers the darkest truth into Frank's ear. Wall Street, the puppet master of their perilous dance, is trafficking human lives. 2 shipping containers, laden with the hopes and dreams of Chinese souls, including Lai's own flesh and blood, teeter on the precipice of a heinous fate, slavery. The enigmatic road that Frank treads takes an even darker turn, as the mission transforms from a mere transaction to a race against time and the merciless tide of human trafficking. In the labyrinthine world of shadowy dealings and elusive villains, Frank Martin, the indomitable transporter, finds himself entangled in a web of deceit and treachery. Determined to rescue Lai's family from the clutches of human traffickers, they storm Wall Street's office, chasing the elusive breadcrumbs of a shipping docket that could unravel the sinister conspiracy. However, the revelation awaiting them is a cruel twist of fate. Wall Street, with the cunning finesse of a puppeteer, discloses a truth more malevolent than the darkest shadows. Lie's father, a figure meant to be a beacon of familial love, is the orchestrator of the very human trafficking they sought to thwart. Tarconi, trailing Frank like a relentless shadow, arrives at the scene just in time to witness the sinister narrative spun by Wall Street and Lie's father. Accused of kidnapping and blackmail, Frank is cast into the cold embrace of the police station's confines. Behind bars, Frank strives to articulate the veracity of his mission to Tarconi, a dance of words and persuasion in the dimly lit corridors of justice. In a pact born of necessity, Tarconi agrees to aid Frank's escape, the lines between ally and adversary blurring in the name of a greater cause. The pursuit takes them to the docks, a nocturnal battlefield where shipping containers hold not only contraband but the fragile lives of the trafficked. Frank, a lone warrior against a legion of henchmen, fights valiantly but fails to halt the trucks that bear the weight of human suffering. Desperate, he commandeers a small airplane, descending from the heavens with a parachute, a harbinger of justice. The confrontation crescendos on the moving trucks, with Frank raining retribution upon Wall Street and his minions. Yet, the climax takes a tragic turn as Lie's father emerges as the final adversary. Salvation comes from an unexpected source as Lie, torn between filial ties and moral duty, shoots her own father, a gunshot echoing with the poignancy of sacrifice. As the dust settles, Tarconi arrives with the cavalry of justice, the police rescuing the captive souls within the containers. Frank and Lie, architects of redemption, load the survivors into ambulances as the curtain falls on a saga of darkness pierced by the unwavering light of justice. We really hope you enjoyed today's recap of The Transporter. Please leave a comment below of what you loved about the movie and why. Be sure to like the video and please don't forget to support our channel by subscribing so you don't miss any amazing content. Until next time, lights, camera, action. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.